I've been very blessed to get to fish for redfish along both the Atlantic and Gulf Coast in many different locations, but there's not a better spot to catch lots of redfish and big ones than the place we're coming to you from this week. It's a perfect little location tucked way down in the southwestern corner of the state of Louisiana. Glad you were along with us. This is going to be a lot of fun. Fox Sports Outdoors is on the air right now.
You're watching the only program with weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southeast region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
Hey everybody, so glad you've joined us. We're coming to you this week from one of my favorite little fishing hot spots. We are in Southwest Louisiana this week, and as you can see, we've got the canal behind us, all the boats, the beautiful dock, everything rigged up and ready to go at beautiful Lake Calcasieu. Lake Calcasieu is located not too far from Hackberry, Louisiana, and it's the home of Cajun Paradise Lodge and Charters. That's where we're staying. That's where we're based out of. Cajun Phil and Kevin Broussard do a great job here. We're going to go out with Kevin today and do a little red fishing. Now, we're going to be taking our brand new Blazer Bay 2420 GTS fully rigged bay boat out. Waypoint Marine has rigged this out for us. This will be its maiden voyage out today. It's got the Mercury 250 Verado on the back of it, all rigged out with our Motor Guide trolling motor and all the nice stuff, all the accessories. We're going to give it its first trial run today and try to catch a few redfish on the show. Now, right here in the background, this is Cajun Paradise Lodge and Charters, a beautiful lodge, a great place to stay right on Lake Calcasieu. I'll warn you in advance, we got big winds forecast for today. So I'm going to apologize in advance for a lot of wind on our microphones on this week's episode, but there's not going to be a lot we can do about it because we're going to be out in it. This boat will handle it just fine, and Captain Kevin Broussard knows these redfish like the back of his hand. So we're going to get the Blazer Bay launched down the boat ramp, get things started. While we're out there fishing today, we're going to be taking you around your local region for your fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters, lakes, rivers, and bays where you live. Next time you see us, we'll be out with Captain Kevin Broussard. Right now, let's get things started back at the FSN studios with your weekend planner.
Hi everybody, great news. The Salooner tables are predicting fantastic fishing this weekend. Saturday's game fish activity is listed as excellent, while Sunday is predicted to have some of the best conditions of the month. Look for the prime daytime hours to begin at 12:34 on Saturday and 1:22 on Sunday, with top evening action starting roughly around midnight. The sun will rise at 6:59 and set at 7:57. And we have a new moon beginning on Sunday, so evenings will be dark. We're coming right back with fishing updates from around the area. Plus, I'll return with 2016 Bassmaster Classic champion Edwin Evers to answer this week's Ask the Pro questions. Stay with us.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than a boat, it's a tracker. Mercury Outboards, go boldly. Lowrance and the new Hook 2, the world's easiest fish finder. And Louisiana Travel. Plan your fishing trip at louisianatravel.com.
We're dealing with 25 knot south winds today. Look right here.
Here, that's a redfish.
Beautiful redfish. Look at
right
that.
here. Everyone picked it up. He got
There
it.
you go.
He got it. We got something going. That's a real fish.
Yeah, he's going up current too.
Yes, he is. Hey, everybody, glad you're with us. We have made it out under some, it's, I almost get tired of saying that it's challenging circumstances because when you start putting a television camera in the boat, as you well know,
Yes, sir.
the circumstances get challenging. But we've got Captain Kevin Broussard with us today, long time good friends of ours, and he is our Louisiana reporter. Insider reporter for those of you who are over in the Southeast region. Kevin's on every week with us here in the Southwest, and we've actually made it out to Lake Calcasieu, and the conditions are real weird right now. Kevin, while I'm fighting this fish, explain, you guys have had something very unusual going on here. They've opened the gates at Toledo Bend Reservoir upstream and let a bunch of water out. What's happened here?
Basically, you get a big push of the water that actually comes down to Sabine, but it hits the intercoastal canal and comes into the north end of Calcasieu Lake, which puts us a lot of muddy fresh water along with our natural Calcasieu River runoff. So, you know, between the two, we've been dealing with just a lot of dirty fresh water right now. And then, of course, we're dealing with 25 knot south winds. But hey, look right here.
Look here, that's a redfish.
Beautiful redfish. Look at
right
that.
here. So, you know, if you're willing to get out here and persevere a little bit and go ahead and come fishing, even when things get a little difficult, something like that can still happen.
Yes, sir. That's a beautiful fish.
So what has happened with all this fresh water and this dirty water coming in, it just runs all your fish off your normal spots and runs them back out in the Gulf.
You got to look for, you know, different places to fish, and you got to try a few things. And honestly, right now, you know, we're fishing as far south as you can get. You know, when this water's starting to change and come back, our fish will start moving back up into the bay real good.
You know, the cool thing about this, though, is even under the toughest conditions you can possibly get, this place is so good that you can still find a place to catch fish.
Oh, yes, sir. We can just about always catch some fish, no matter what kind of conditions we're dealing with.
Well, we're off to a good start anyway. You want to see if you can.
That's a beautiful one. Look at that.
He hit that little mambo.
There you go. Let it go. Look at that.
Look at little old bitty. That's a little sand eel. The little
mambo,
little
right?
voodoo mambo, I think is what they call it. But we're not keeping redfish today. Now,
No.
Kevin's customers, they like to keep fish, and Kevin will fillet them. But he just
there you go.
He just flopped it
That way.
right
Good
back.
thing we wasn't keeping.
Mirror Lure, building quality saltwater lures since 1937. Turn on the bite anytime. Tie on a Mirror Lure. Well, wind and rain have made it pretty wild along the upper Gulf Coast. Over in Alabama, Captain Pat Garmison, who fishes Mobile Bay, says that he's really had to fight the wind. He says that Weeks Bay region has been really good. It's been very good there for trout and redfish. Many of the fish are small, but there's lots of action. It's a good place to go and duck out of the wind at this time of the year. The Three Rivers area also has been great for redfish over near Mobile Bay. And Patrick said that popping corks with live shrimp or the new small voodoo shrimp plastic lure has been just outstanding. Well, on the Mississippi coast, spotted sea trout fishing has been very good in the Gulfport Harbor area. Redfish are thick around the islands. There's lots of slot fish. That whole area of barrier islands along the Mississippi Gulf Coast is really very good right now for slot redfish. Over in Georgia, Captain Tim Cutting out of St. Simon's Island says whiting fishing continues very, very good around the sounds and beaches and inlets of the Golden Isles area. Just a small split shot or small weight with a piece of shrimp produces plenty of good eating whiting for a nice family fish fry. The inshore creeks along the South Georgia coast has been very good for sheep's head, and the black drum is starting to move into the sounds and the bays. Well, that's it for the coastal South. Get out in the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
There we
Pretty
go.
bait.
Look at him in that sun.
Yeah.
This is what you do when you come to Louisiana.
What you got?
I got a fish.
A fish, he
Crawling
says.
that mambo right along the bottom, just off the corner
Looks
of that
like
dock.
a nice one.
And I'm getting hit every time it comes by the corner of that dock. One of them hits it.
I hear some drag pulling.
Yeah, he's got a little something to him. Boy, he's stripping off some drag now. Hey everybody, as you can see, we've made a move. We're not out there on that jetty still, and we're out of the wind, thank goodness. We're just taking a little break from the wind. This one's swimming me straight under the boat.
I'm gonna have the net right here for you. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Look at that. Beautiful fish.
Yeah, pretty.
That's a good
There we go.
6 pounder. 5
Yeah.
pounder.
There we go. That one hit a little bigger bait. I put a paddle tail bait on. There we
Pretty
go.
bait.
Look at him in that sun.
Yeah.
This is what you do when you come to Louisiana.
good
but,
fish too.
Yeah,
Good fish.
this is his good day that
Yeah.
Kevin Broussard is not on a guide trip today.
That's what we were talking about.
If this guy was going to bite, this was the day he needs to bite right there.
That's it.
There he goes. Kevin,
Good
let's
job.
talk just, we're fishing structure here. You've pulled
Yes.
up on a dock, and it's not just a dock, but talk a little bit about what we're doing now different than the jetty fishing.
Basically, we're structure fishing still, but there's a little deep trough right here, and the current's coming in and flushing the bait fish down in there. Basically, these reds, like you said, they're sitting on the corner of this dock facing into the current, and they're just feeding on, you know, whatever's coming through there. And right now, there's not a lot of shrimp. There's mostly shad and minnows and stuff.
We'll keep fishing a little bit, show you a little variety, a couple of different things going on.
I got one or two more things I'm gonna pull out and show
Up
you a
your
little
sleeve?
later. That's it. That's it.
Hey gang, this week's Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama report is brought to you by the Henry County Tourism Authority. Go to www.fishkentuckylake for more info. Hey, let's go to Mississippi. A great friend of mine absolutely smashed them this past week on Lake Washington. Big, giant crappie. He was spider rigging. He was using glow color soft plastics on jig heads. Knowing this guy, he probably threw a minnow or two in there, and he's probably not going to tell me about it. But with that being said, Lake Washington is the deal right now in Mississippi for big crappie. In Alabama, I'm going to throw you a curveball. I'm going to talk about Lake Weiss for a minute. The report I got from Lake Weiss the other day was a guy had been fishing there his whole life and had the best day of fishing he'd ever had. Caught him on square bill crankbaits. And it's a great time. That's a great way to go catch them just about anywhere. Pretty easy technique. Look for gravel spots, transition banks between deep water and spawning flats. Tennessee, let's look at Percy Priest. Big stringer of bass caught on Percy Priest last week in a tournament, and which means it's starting to happen. And that's a kind of a sleeper lake I don't talk enough about. This time of year, I would put it against any lake in the state except for maybe Chickamauga, and they're still biting there too. Guys, it is a great time to be in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama. We'd love to see you here. God bless.
At the heart of Kentucky Lake is a special place known as Paris, Tennessee. It's a place where fishing, hunting, dining, shopping, and family fun are all served with a side of Southern hospitality. We hope you'll join us soon and experience this world by the water.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Lou's. Feel the difference. Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland. We know bass and crappie from heads to tails. And by Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades.
We got it. Oh, man. Way up here. Look at this big pig. Fish. Golly. Oh, that's the hardest pull yet.
That's a good fish right there.
Hold on, Big Daddy. Look at that, man. That guy is going out to the ocean.
You got what they call a showstopper, baby.
That's one of Kevin's pet horses that live in here. Hey everybody, we're fishing Lake Calcasieu. Actually, we're just kind of off the Louisiana coast off of Lake Calcasieu. We started off out on the jetties. You saw us catching some good ones out there. Then we moved and fished some docks. Caught some good ones there, and now we've moved to a drop-off. I've moved to the back of the boat. We've got the Motor Guide XI5 up there holding us into the current. It's holding us perfectly still. And that's what's really cool about this is I can walk my way around the boat and never have to worry about the boat losing its position. We got it. Oh man. Way up here, look at this big pig. Wow, look what we caught, Kevin.
Look at that, boss. What do you think of that?
Oh man. Okay, so what you folks didn't see was 22 minutes of fight. For television, we just have to shorten it down. You've got to be patient with these fish, let them fight. Don't pull too hard, don't point the rod at the fish. This is what can happen. Come in here, Kevin.
Beautiful fish,
So is this probably about as big a fish as you're going to catch back here in the marsh?
We're in a little bayou back here. That's one of the biggest ones you're going to catch back here.
How long is this fish probably?
Probably 34, 36 inches, every bit of 15, 18 pounds.
Wow.
Maybe even closer to 20. Look at that big gut on it. That's a big fish.
Big spawning female redfish right there. What a great fish. We're going to put her back. We're not going to damage her. We're going to let her go spawn. We're going to get over here and ease her back in the water. She gave us a good long fight. She's already ready to go. She's trying to go out of my hand. There she goes.
All right.
Man, Kevin, you got a lot of guys guide for you.
Yes, sir.
And
I got several good guides. Like I said, we run out the lodge there. Trout fishing, red fishing, flounder fishing.
you folks see Kevin every week on our Southwest version of our show. He gives our report every week along with his dad, Cajun Phil. Been doing this forever down here, and they do a great job for us. Those of you in our Southeast region don't see these guys regularly, but you're seeing him now, and you're seeing what he can put us on right here in Louisiana.
Come down here and get you some.
What a great day.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Remember, if you're in the Grand Strand area in South Carolina, make sure you come down to Murrells Inlet and check out our location. We can take care of all your needs on the water, whether it's becoming a pirate, renting a jet ski, going out on a great expedition, or taking some of your best friends out on a charter. We can take care of it all for you right here at crazysister.com. So many things going on. Let's go to Georgia real quick and talk about Clarks Hill. The water temperatures there in the lower 60s with the recent cold front. Watch for those water temperatures to go up. Those bass will start moving back into that spawning mode. They've pushed back out. Rocky Points are a great spot right now. Those blueback are still doing their thing, and you can find fish stacked up on those blueback herring. White spinner baits right now seem to be the go-to bait up there. Also, get out with a sexy shad crankbait. You can have a great time fishing those Rocky Points. Over in South Carolina and North Carolina, let's talk about the coastal regions and things that are going on offshore. The South Carolina Wahoo series continues. A lot of 80-pounders were caught last week. Got some nice weather and got a big break. It'll continue on through this week and through the 15th. It's time to get out there. Also on the coastal regions, the flounder bite continues to increase. Water temperatures are warming. Those flounder are moving in from the ocean. You'll find a lot of small fish this time of the year. Be patient. You can catch some keepers. Good live bait on a jig head. Try a jig head, fishing anchor down, and fish your favorite spots. And make sure you spend some time in there. Give it some time. Falling tide seems to be my favorite tide. This has been your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
We're throwing in 2-3 foot of water, and we're sitting in about 14 feet right here, 15 feet. And look, we're fairly close to the bank. There's one. Oh, it's a good one. Can you tell? Oh, yeah. That's a good one there. No doubt this here is going to be an upper slot, maybe over. Look at there. Look at there.
And he swam himself right in the net, just like he's supposed to.
Nothing wrong with that, sir. Oh, look at there.
Man, he whopped you.
Yes, sir. That's a beautiful fish right there. Look at that. Probably close to 27 inches. Just a fat.
And this one has got one
that's a typical
big
redfish.
spot on
One
it.
spot on each side of the tail like that. Beautiful fish. Like you said, we're going to put him back in that current a little bit and then just let him get away.
Boom, he's ready to go. You didn't quite get all the play out of it. That's a good job, fella.
What are you thinking about it, son?
Man, this is good. This is a lot of fun, and it really pays to be with somebody that knows these little spots to go to. Now if a guy didn't have a guide and didn't know a lot, he could still probably look around and find a few spots where
and
he
if
could.
you had some good electronics too.
You can always watch our latest episode on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Catch up on past episodes by clicking the archive button and learn about fishing techniques and new gear at our how-to page. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for new fishing videos every day. Simply search for Fox Sports Outdoors and click the like button on Facebook and follow button on Twitter. And watch a new episode every week on any device by downloading the free Waypoint TV app on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Motor Guide's new wireless and easy-to-use XI3. XI batteries, powering the world forward. Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist. And Strike King, designed by the pros, fished by you.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro question, where we get a chance to gain insights from professional anglers. This week, Mark wants to know, does catching a spawning bass off the bed hurt its ability to spawn? To get the answer, we checked with the 2016 Bassmaster Classic champion, Edwin Evers.
Hey, you know, the question is, hey, does it affect a spawning bass when you catch a spawning bass off the bed? weigh it in, then release it. It's absolutely not. It's been proven. There's documentation. Those fish go right back and spawn. They may not swim all the way back to that specific spot, but there's been bodies of water that those fish will actually spawn on the next moon cycle a lot later in the year than you actually think. And I've actually had some tournament strategies catching spawning fish all the way up in June down in Texas that were spawning, and it's fish that were weighed in there at a release site. So no, it doesn't have any effect. As long as you protect the fish and the fish lives, he's going to take off and spawn again. And that's one thing about a bass. They don't just spawn once. So many people think, man, you just caught that fish off that bed and all its eggs are right there. Those bass, we have learned through the years, they spawn multiple times, not just one time.
Thank you, Edwin. If you have a question to ask one of the pros, just visit our website, click on the Ask the Pro link, and let us know. Now let's see who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
Hi everybody, we're back at the lodge at Cajun Paradise Lodge and Charters. It's time right now for the winner in this week's Big Catch of the Week contest. He is Creighton Koreski of Senoia, Georgia, showing off a 5.8 pound shoal bass he caught in the Flint River in Georgia. If you'd like to be our next winner, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com, click on the Big Catch of the Week area on the right side of the homepage and follow the instructions to send us your big fish photo. Next up, here's some gear that could be important if you'd like to catch redfish, not only coming here to Lake Calcasieu, but really anywhere along the coast that you want to catch redfish. This is one of my first chances to fish with the brand new Lew's TP1 Speed Stick inshore rod matched up with the Lew's custom inshore SLP reel. What a fantastic combination this is. It's got the wind grip handles on both the rod and reel, a fantastic drag system. You saw me fighting that giant redfish with this reel and it did a great job. Great backlash control, super low profile, fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. Here are the baits that we use today. They're both made by the Egret Bait Company. On top is the Voodoo Vixen. It's a little mullet imitation swim bait, and on the bottom is a Mambo mullet, just a little thicker, bigger bodied swim bait. They both did a great job. They're both rigged with super strong hooks. The baits are made out of unbelievable, indestructible material that tennis shoes are made out of, and they both have a weight pre-rigged in the head, so you don't have to do any rigging. They come pre-rigged in the package. You can get these at most any retailer that sells fishing tackle. There's an old saying that says you can't judge a book by its cover. There have been a few times in my life when I've been guilty of judging someone by how they look on the outside, and I've been wrong. The Bible speaks a whole lot about judging someone's character by their appearance. The truth is, you can never know what someone is really like until you get to know them, because a person's true value is judged not by how they look on the outside, but by what their heart is like on the inside. And one more time, if you would like to book your very own trip here to beautiful Lake Calcasieu in southwest Louisiana, we'll give you all the contact information for Cajun Paradise Lodge and Charters. You can contact Cajun Phil or Kevin Broussard here at the lodge. They can do a great job of putting you on some of these great redfish like you saw us catching on this week's show. They've got a great place to stay as well, great cooking, great food, everything you could want in one location here out of Hackberry, Louisiana. We will see you right back here on the show next week. Until then, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.